Hello, everybody. Welcome to the 500 subscriber special, and thank you for everyone who got me to this point. I've been on YouTube since March of this year, and this channel has grown really quickly, and it's all thanks to you all, and also thanks to everyone that I've networked in the community up until this point. So we're taking a break this week from Medical Myths because I just wanted to kind of do a special stream for you all for the 500 subs. So feel free to, if you have any questions about anything weird or anything at all, put them in the chat and I will answer them today. Now is your chance. If you want to make me read off weird words, I know I have a tendency to go on other people's channels and ask them to say really weird medical words. So if you want me to do something like that, now is your chance to get your revenge on me, I guess, in that sense. And also, we will be playing a game of Operation because I was asking the community what you all wanted to see for 500 subscriber video, and a lot of people suggested that I perform surgery, and I can't legally do that live. So am I still high from not having to do surgery anymore? Yeah, I am really excited that I'm not doing surgery. Today, I will be playing a game of Operation, but I won't be doing any actual surgeries. I have to do one more surgery rotation next year, but that is a subspecialty surgery, and I get to choose which specialty we're doing. That's not a question I'm gonna answer. So when I say ask me anything, that is one question I will not answer. Anything transphobic, anything racist, anything like that, I will not be answering those questions. How soon before I become Dr. Ben? I graduate in May of 2023. So 2023, I will be changing my channel name, and I don't know if I'm going to be keeping the SDB abbreviation. I might be adding something in front of Dr. Ben to keep it SDB, also because I think there are several Dr. Bens already on YouTube. So we will rebrand when the time comes, and that should be something I will keep you all updated about as it gets closer to that. So here, keep putting your questions in the chat. I think I'm going to start the entertainment. I got the game of Operation, and we can chat while I play around with this game. Here, I can move some stuff out of the way so that y'all can see it. So I have the game here, and if you have not seen this game before, I have to use these little tweezers to pick up the items. And if I touch the side, it like vibrates and the nose turns red and stuff, and it's super fun. So we're gonna see how many of these I can get without setting off the buzzer, and keep putting your questions in the chat, and I will address those as we go. Also, I do have some housekeeping things I want to mention. We are going to be doing a fundraiser next week. From the Thursday the 9th to Friday the 10th. It's going to be a 24-hour fundraiser for our friend in the community, Lavender Lady, also known as Diana, and she is in need of a new kidney. So we're going to fundraise for her. The stream is going to start with Thursday night with Purple Rhymes with Orange on her channel. So stop by there first, and then we'll be channel hopping throughout the 24-hour period. And at the end, we will end up on my channel doing a world religions trivia. And we're going to see who out of the atheist community knows the most about atheism, about atheism and about world religions. So that'll be fun. And there will be an actual prize associated with that. So it's going to be fun. Yeah, it won't be long until 1,000. I hope we can get there pretty soon. Which disgusting medical condition that you've learned about do you least want to encounter in my career? Okay, so there aren't many things that bother me in medicine, but one thing that really that I don't really get excited about. Anything related to the skin, especially related to parasites. I don't really like parasites very much. Well, I like studying them. I don't like seeing them. There are certain parasites, especially parasites that you find like in someone's eyeball, that I would rather not. I'd rather not see those. Also, anything in dermatology with like, I don't know if any of you watched like the Dr. Pimple Popper videos. I hate those. I mean, I know I'm gonna have to do some of that in my career, but that's not my favorite. I do not enjoy dermatology at all. All right, so let's see what. So the first one we're gonna go for is the bread basket. This is worth the Loa worm. Yeah, those are pretty gross. So I'm gonna try to go for the bread basket, which is right in the crotch area. That's gonna be fun. This is worth $1,000. We're gonna see if I can get this. I don't like this cord. It's kind of in the way, but we're gonna see. So, chat, what do you think I should do if I set off the buzzer? I feel like there needs to be like some kind of penalty if I set off the buzzer at any point. Y'all can think of some ideas and let me know what you think about that. All right, bread basket's out. I'm going to keep this. And I think this is gonna move around if I if I end up if the nose goes off and it starts vibrating, like the whole thing starts shaking and it kind of moves the other pieces around. So I'm gonna try not to mess that up. All right, what's the next one? We're gonna do butterflies in the stomach. This one's worth 500, and we're gonna okay. So it says Sam's feeling nervous about a girl he knows. These butterflies in his belly have got to go. All right, we're gonna take those out. Malpractice insurance premiums go up. Yes, they probably would if I messed up the surgery, if I botched the surgery. Yes, Amit, we're doing a surgery. I already took out the bread basket, and now we have to get the butterflies. We got to take out the butterflies. So if I get a buzzer, I have to tell a dad joke. Let's see if I have any good dad jokes at all. Catnip, what's up? I'm gonna take out the butterflies. I hate this cord. It is in the way. So I'm just gonna wrap it around my finger like that and see if. All right. All right, butterfly. Butterfly is out. I have made $1,500 so far. You know, if surgeons did stuff like this, I would probably be making lots of money. But also, these tweezers are very. I keep holding this in front of the wrong camera. These tweezers are very, very small. And what's up, Tobin? So these are pickups that we would use in surgery. See, they're a lot wider. I actually did try playing Operation with these instead of these just to see what the difference was in the tweezers. This has grips on it. The grips on these are terrible, and the tweezers don't open wide enough to be helpful. So that's part of why this game is difficult. Lepidompterectomy? I don't actually know what that procedure is. I don't actively research a lot of surgeries. That one's not familiar to me. What is a jet? I like this one. This one's great. When does a joke become a dad joke? When it becomes a parent. That's funny. Amit is like the king of dad jokes. Okay, what's next? This one's worth 300. This is the Adam's apple, and it says, Sam's scarf was tied too tight. Now his Adam's apple isn't feeling quite right. Well, okay, the only solution is to just remove it. Just take it out. Take the whole thing out. Oh, Greg, does it mean butterflies? I'm confused about the butterflies. Anyway, we're gonna take out the Adam's apple and see if we. Oh no, I buzzed it. Okay. Something dad joke. I don't have any good like non-medical dad jokes. Oh, thanks, Kyle. While I think of a dad joke. Okay, I will actually answer this question for you because I know you were trolling earlier, but will women continue to be born after the advent of the artificial womb? Yes. Yes, they will be. I don't know really where I'm going with that. I feel like the dad jokes are not really coming today, so maybe I need a different punishment for when I hit the buzzer. What do y'all think I should do if I hit the buzzer? Because I hit the buzzer once. I'm not gonna do shots because that would be a lot of shots. I'd probably die. Well, let's see if I can get this out without hitting the buzzer this time. There we go. Okay, we got it. Saved it. Yeet the apples. Okay, we have water on the knee for 500. See, I'm just gonna let Amit do my dad jokes. I'm just gonna let this happen. Why did the gastroenterologist quit his job? Because he couldn't stomach it. Brainbug, I'm well aware. I have a caffeine dependence because I'm gonna give all of you a confession, and y'all probably know that this is true. But people in the medical community are the absolute worst at taking care of ourselves, and I'm not ashamed to admit that. But yeah, it's pretty bad. I got to a point when I was studying for my first round of boards, which I took this past June. Actually, I took them in May. I was at a point where it was like 2 monsters a day just to stay awake because like I was putting in I don't even know how many hours a day, at least 16 hours a day studying for those. And it got bad. It got really bad. I tapered back a little bit when I went to Army training this summer. And then I did a good job for the majority of this school year not drinking a lot of Monster, and then I had surgery and it got bad. But yeah, I have a dependence and a tolerance. I've got a really bad tolerance too. Yeah, we kind of have a dependence on Monster or any energy drinks. It's bad. I'm not gonna pretend like it's a healthy habit. It's absolutely not. Bucket. I gotta get the bucket out. Okay. Brainbug has a Peepus. You're drinking a Peepus. For those of you who haven't been on other streams where I've talked about Pepsi, I started calling it Peepus one day, and now it's a thing that we say on my channel. It's Peepus. Okay, let's take this out. And the bucket's out. Oh no, I dropped it. There we go. The bucket's out. We've made $500 for pulling out the water bucket. We did that. Oh, I didn't read the card before. It says water on the knee has got Sam feeling down. Take it out before his leg drowns. So I don't know. I've never seen a person have a bucket in their knee. That's a new one. But I don't know. Maybe it could happen. Any advice regarding the advisability of jamming antique anti-personnel ordnance up one's nether sphincter? Oh, are you talking about the thing that happened in the UK with the bum squad? Yeah, that's not smart. If you find like a weapon, especially an old weapon, don't put it up your butt. Please don't. That's a bad idea. Yeah, and I'm normally a fan of Coke, but ever since I've said Peepus on stream, I feel like I have to convert to Team Peepus because it's just too funny to ignore the fact that I said Peepus. Why don't doctors treat themselves? Because they have a hard time being patient. I don't even know. I'm torn between like laughter and just like face palming, but it's hilarious. I love having you here, man. I hate it when my legs drown too. Absolutely. Okay, what's next? What do we have next on the list? We have writer's cramp for 300. Sam has a cramp right in his wrist from writing out a very long grocery list. So yeah, you could get cramps in your wrist from writing for long periods of time. So it sounds like he's got some carpal tunnel. Maybe we're just gonna take it out. We're gonna take the pencil out of his wrist. Yeah, I mean, I know it's the point of a dad joke. Okay, this one's gonna be hard because the pencil is like, this is right under my face. And it's also, oh no, I hit it. I hit the thing. No. I still don't know what to do about it. I still don't know what to do when I hit the side of the thing. I don't know. I'll just keep going. It'll be fine. Here we go. Oh no! I hit it on the side twice. Okay, we gotta reset. We gotta reset. I know you're trying to start an argument, but I will address this anyway. Yeah, being female can be inconvenient for some people. Periods can be inconvenient. I don't think anatomy is inconvenient for everybody. Also, you don't need a dick to be a person. You don't. I actually hear from people that dicks are very inconvenient. Most people I know who have male anatomy have said that it's very inconvenient to have those. They don't sound like children. Would it be ethical for this is sexism. This is the most sexist comment I've seen in my chat. If you keep saying stuff like this, I'm going to ban you. Just letting you know that right now. Being a human is very inconvenient. Yeah. You know, something interesting about like a lot of this like misogyny. It's funny how people who are more secure in themselves and in their identity really don't have a problem with other people being okay with their identity. It seems to be the people who are so upset with people having a certain gender are very insecure with their own selves. So, I mean, if you are so insecure that you are going to be mad at somebody else for just living their life, that's a you problem. That's not a me problem. That's not anyone else's problem except for yours. It sounds like you got something to work through about what your identity is and who you want to be as a person. But that's not our problem. Shouldn't I let the Da Vinci do the operation? I would love for the Da Vinci to do the operation. Unfortunately, I don't have $2 million for a Da Vinci. I learned that is how much Da Vinci robots cost, $2 million. That's a lot of money. Every time I touched that robot, I was like trying so hard not to break anything because I was like, I don't have money. If something happens to the Da Vinci, it was, and I didn't even get to do that much with the Da Vinci. Like as much as I was touching that robot, it was just taking the sterile covers off at the end of the procedure. Like that's the most I did to touch the Da Vinci, and I still felt so nervous about it. I have no idea what bug that is. I'm assuming that's a bug, brain bug. Yeah, this is what I've heard. We had a whole debate on I think it was Neil's stream the other day where every cis man in the group was talking about how inconvenient it was to especially sit on their balls or get them stuck in a zipper. And they were all saying that they would rather not have them. So, I mean, it's all just perspective. Like, I know for me, having certain anatomy is a deal breaker. Like, it does make a difference in my life. And like dysphoria is something that's a big deal. But yeah, a lot of cis people don't even like having that anatomy. So, okay, well, if y'all get me up to, okay, how many subscribers would I need to afford a Da Vinci robot? That is the next question. Because if we can get me up to what, like 700,000 subscribers, then like by all means, let's get a Da Vinci and play Operation with the Da Vinci. Yeah, I mean, they can partially retract. I mean, you have the detrusor, or no, it's the cremaster reflex that can retract the testes. But then there's still a lot of issues because if you retract and then can't get them back out, then you get torsion and you can get necrosis. And that's, yeah. So I think there's a lot with that anatomy that demonstrates that it was not intelligently designed. If every subscriber donates $4,000, we would have a Da Vinci. Okay, all right, guys, we got to get on this. Just kidding. Do not donate that much money to me. Like, if you're going to donate any large amount of money to anybody on YouTube right now, Lavender Lady really needs it. I'm going to repeat that again because a lot of people weren't here yet. But we are doing a stream marathon for Lavender Lady next week. She is in need of a kidney. So we're trying to do everything that we can to make it possible for her to get this kidney. This will be a life-saving kidney transplant. So if you can throw some money her way, that would be much appreciated. Titan, do you happen to have a link to, I know I have the link somewhere for her fundraiser. Yeah, I'm going to share this. I'm going to share this link out. Yeah, so there's the link if you're interested in helping Lavender Lady get a kidney. That would be amazing if y'all could do that. All right. Oh, I still have to get this pencil out. I got distracted. If Titan says that if he wins the lottery, he'll donate a Da Vinci to a hospital with the caveat that its first use must be to let Ben play Operation with it. Absolutely. Oh, who's sitting next to me? It's just me. There are two of me on the screen right now. I have two cameras set up because I'm trying to get this pencil out of this man's arm, and I keep setting off the buzzer. And it's not great. I don't like this pencil. But I mean, the whole point of the stream was for you all to watch me miserably fail at this game because it's very difficult. Why is this pencil worth only 300 when like the easiest one on here was Breadbasket? At least, or no, Bucket was pretty easy too, but the Breadbasket was super, super easy, and that was worth 1,000. But this pencil was worth only 300, and I'm struggling really hard to get it out. So this game is, I mean, it's a great example of the American medical system for sure. But here we go. We got it. We got the pencil out. That was frustrating. That was a frustrating one. Now I'm like losing the actual pencil underneath my keyboard. Okay, there we go. 300. Yeah. Oh, imagine only $300 for arm surgery. Yeah, that would be, well, I mean, I did just pull out a pencil from someone's arm, which, I mean, that'd be a pretty easy operation probably. And but yeah, it still costs a lot of money. Okay, what's next? This one's worth 200. This is pulled muscle. So this is the rubber band one. Sam pulled a muscle while running a race. Now he's limping all over the place. So we're just gonna take out his IT band, the rubber band IT band, and it's gonna be fun. We're gonna do it. Okay. This one was super easy. Okay, good. That one was accurate for. I think that's the actual lowest cost one. Oh no, there's another 200 next. What's this one? Spare ribs is also 200. We get Sam's spare rib is now a goner. It's a good thing he's got another. That rhyme is terrible. I give them a D- for their poetry here. But that's fine. We'll do it anyway. You know what? I don't have to expect you to have good poetry for me to operate. Oh, this is a great question. I will be happy to talk about this question. So my classmates, so my family doesn't know I'm trans yet. Well, my brother does. My brother had a pretty good response. My extended family so far has had really good responses to me being trans. My parents don't know yet, and that is only because I asked them if we could have a conversation like before I went back, because I wanted to give them a heads up so that they could kind of process what was going on before I showed up in a couple weeks. But they decided that they would rather wait and have deep conversations in person. So now we're waiting until I actually get there to have that conversation. So we'll see how that goes. In terms of my classmates and professors, my classmates have been super, super supportive. And they've been going to bat for me in a lot of ways, and trying to do better in terms of diversity on campus and trying to get these policies changed, because my school kind of has some outdated things with regard to even race, much less trans students. I know I'm the only trans student in my class. There's a non-binary student, I think, in the first year class. I don't know of any others. I have been misgendered multiple times by professors, and one of them recently, I had to go back to campus for something or other, and they still misgendered me, even coming back after starting on T and having my voice changed. They still misgendered me. There's a thing with our OSCEs, so like our simulations on campus where we have to do like a simulated doctor visit. There was a point where we weren't allowed to have, and I don't know if they've repealed this yet, but we're not allowed to have any pins on our white coats during OSCEs because somebody complained about something related to somebody wearing a pin on their white coat. And then this became a problem because now we can't have our pronouns on our white coat. And so that's going to keep people prone to misgendering. And it's, yes, it's a work in progress. Some schools are doing better. My school's not doing super well with accommodating for trans people, but I'm on a diversity kind of task force now, and we're working on making our campus at least a better place. I'm working on a couple research projects with other medical schools, seeing how we can improve medicine for transgender people. But yeah, that was kind of a long question, but I think that one is a really good question to go over. Yeah, hi Bolt, what's up? Glad you made it. Also, Tobin, you probably already left the chat, but it was great seeing you. Glad you're here. So we're playing Operation Bolt, if you didn't notice by my setup here. Oh, I still need to get the spare ribs out. We have not done that yet. And it's already started to slide underneath. We're going to have to do some maneuvering here, because I don't like this angle that has been set up for me. Here, what if I This is not gonna go well. Or no, maybe I can. I'm gonna hold it on the side of the. Oh no! Oh no! Okay, that wasn't working. Oh, but I think it's in a better position now to be able. Nope, that was not better. It's not better. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. We got it. Do I worry that someday people will become gallbladders? You know, gallbladder equals X dollars. I don't know if we could make people. I don't know if we could make people become gallbladders, but Oh, thanks for stopping in, Brainbug. It was good to see you. Have a great time getting your booster. I know I got some side effects from my booster, so I hope you have some time off where you can just kind of relax this weekend. I am familiar with Legal Eagle. I love Legal Eagle's videos. He does a series about how accurate the law things are in shows and movies. Ever thought about doing something similar? I could, if that's something that you all want to see, I'd be happy to make content like that. Let me know if there's any kind of videos you want to see me do. I'd be happy to make some content for you. I have a community page now. I also have Discord. Let me put the Discord link in the chat, because you can also give me suggestions in my Discord. So yeah, if you want to hang out in the Discord, there's the link. But yeah, let me know what content you want to see, and I can definitely start making that kind of stuff. I could totally react to Scrubs. Yeah, I can do that. Give me suggestions of episodes you want to see me react to, and I'll absolutely do that. Okay, so we got the ribs. These are all like 200. Wrenched ankle. Sam fell down on the basketball court. Now his ankle is all out of sorts. Okay, so yeah, that one's all the way down there. Well, we're gonna see. So I made a video about this. Males are not females with the SRY gene. Because I've made videos on this in the past. So before you differentiate into being male or female, you start off as indifferent. There's indifferent stage of embryologic development. You do not pass through the female pathway to get to the male pathway. You go through an intermediate stage and then differentiate from there. So no, you end up going down the female pathway if you don't have SRY, but still a male is not going to go through the female pathway. There's separate pathways. But in terms of the linguistics, I'm not going to debate the linguistics on that. How's med school going? Med school is great. I like third year a lot better than I liked first and second year. First and second year of med school were rough. Those are your preclinical years or the didactic years where you're spending time in the classroom. And those were incredibly difficult. Thinking back to those first 2 years and watching my underclassmen go through that, I don't miss that. It was fun learning a lot of the complexity of the science, but it was just a lot of tests. We had 2 exams every week. It was just a lot of kind of the university BS that happens. It was not a fun time. Third year is great because I'm on rotations. I'm doing clinical medicine. I'm learning from some amazing preceptors. Some of my preceptors have been or like really bad, and those ones have kind of ruined it for me. But most of my preceptors have been really, really good. And I've enjoyed being able to apply things, and my schedule is a lot more stable right now. Even though I'm switching specialties and jobs every month, it's still like I have weekends off most of the time. I don't have to spend 16 hours a day studying. I do have to study a little bit, but it's nowhere near the amount of studying I had to do in the past. So I'm enjoying it. This is great. I like this question. I mean, could I tell about something that society overlooks for trans men? There are a few things, but something that really stands out for me is that society is still very patriarchal. At least our society in America is very patriarchal, and trans men don't have a lot of visibility currently. A lot of the attention is going to trans women, which is great. I love the fact that we have trans women being vocal and having platforms, and of course that comes with the downside too, because trans women are getting the brunt of a lot of the um, negative aspects of being in the media so much. So I also do not envy them. They're going through a lot. But trans guys do need some more visibility, and I think a lot of that comes down to the fact that society still views trans men as women. And a lot of us were raised in a culture of religion, especially most of us have been evangelical in the past. I was evangelical, being raised to be quiet, being raised that my opinion didn't matter, raised to not be confident in myself, that I was something to be possessed by a man. Um, and then now integrating myself into a society where men have been told all of their lives that their opinion does matter and they're more likely to be confident. Whereas I have this baggage from my past being told that I was inferior to men. um, it makes it more difficult, I think, to be vocal and open about a lot of things in the community. Okay. Question about the placenta separated from the uterus. It happened at 21 weeks. Can you tell me what caused his skin to turn purple? Yeah, so if you have a placental abruption, the placenta is the interface between the baby and the parent. So you have blood flow going both ways through the placenta. If you disconnect the placenta from the parent, you're not going to get oxygen to the baby. So that's why the skin's going to turn purple. It's going to be hypoxic. Um, and then, of course, you're going to get a lot of bleeding into the uterine cavity, but that's the blood that should have gone to the fetus, but is no longer going there because the placenta separated. So it's hypoxia that would cause the skin to turn purple. And then if of course if the baby ends up um, dying, then you can get some mottling. Anytime someone dies, the cells are going to fall in the place where it's being acted on by gravity. So whatever is more on the ground. So if you're horizontal, it's gonna pool in the posterior areas. If you're laying on your side, it's gonna be more on one side. So that's why, like, if someone dies, you'd also get that purple mottling. It's from red blood cells kind of pooling in one place. So I know you didn't need to. You weren't asking about the dead part, but um, that's a couple of reasons why you'd get a purple baby. So I hope that helps. I have to get. I don't know if y'all can see this one super well. The wrench is like buried on the other side, and we're gonna see if we can get it out. How do I manage my time? Oh no! How do I manage my time and find a way to do YouTube? Uh, well, I don't have a social life except for YouTube, so that helps a little bit. The other thing is I've decided that I'm very content being an average student. I was a gunner for a little bit, obsessing over my grades, and I learned that that was really unhealthy. And so now I'm prioritizing my mental health and my well-being, and still trying to do my best in school, but not freaking out if I get an average grade or something. Um, but this really is my social time. This is like, you all are my family. I greatly value the people in this YouTube community. I've built amazing relationships with the people that I'm on streams with. And honestly, like, it's an amazing experience to be part of this community. Social life, what's that? Yeah, like, I mean, this is it. Like going on Neil's after party is my social life. Like playing D&D with Nat One Heroes is my social life. So I guess you're gonna make compromises no matter what. But I mean, that's kind of where I find the time to do YouTube. So I hope that helps. It might not be as helpful. I keep okay. We have to go in at like a really weird angle for this wrench, this ankle wrench, and I'm just pushing it more inside. Okay. That was not what I wanted to do. Okay. Oh no, I keep pushing it. How is this worth 200? How is this worth only 200? That's my question. I keep just pushing it back into the hole. No. Okay. Okay. Yeah, perfectionism is really dangerous for med students because I know we're all very type A and we like to be perfect all the time, but it's not reasonable. And at the end of the day, whoa, that was terrible. That was a terrible one. At the end of the day, like, if I can't take care of myself, I can't take care of other people. So, that's kind of where I'm taking that. Have I tried medically shaking the patient? I feel like that's cheating. Also, can you autofocus, please? There we go. I'm killing the patient, Ben. He'll never walk. I'm trying. I'm trying so hard. I'm trying so hard. I mean, that's the point of this game is to watch me struggle. Okay. Okay. Maybe we got it this time. No, it's like half in there. Oh, you can't see it. Y'all can't see it because the comment's up. It's like half. It's like sticking out of the hole. There we go. There we go. We got it. We did it. Okay. Okay, the funny bone is next. Sam bumped his elbow and it's feeling funny. Make it stop laughing to earn big money. This is not big money. Okay, if any of you have seen a surgery or gotten a bill for a surgery, $400 is not big money for a surgery. But anyway, it's fine. He did that, or was he even alive at 21 weeks? Doctor said he was too young to survive on his own as were developed. At 21 weeks, you're really, I mean, you're technically viable at 21 weeks, but your odds of survival are incredibly low, even with medical intervention. The closer you get to 24 weeks, the more likely you are to survive delivery. But even then, it's very, very sketchy. Nothing's guaranteed. Like even you can have stillbirths at 41 weeks gestation. But yeah, 21 weeks is not likely to survive. Wow. I know where Amit's going with. Yeah. All right. Amit. Yeah, the 400 is probably less than the hourly wage for an anesthesiologist. That's true. Yeah, anesthesiologists make bank. Yeah, we got you, Amit. We got you. How does a typical day in third year go? So it depends on the rotation that you're on. So a wards-based rotation is going to be different than a clinic-based rotation. Normally, if it's wards-based, you're going to be up a lot earlier than you are if it's clinic-based. So let's take internal medicine on the wards. You're probably going to pre-round at maybe 5 or 6 in the morning. And then so you go in and you see the patient first. Like you get a patient list. As a med student, they'll probably give you maybe, if it's a residency program, they might give you like 2 to 3 patients max. One of my rotations, they gave us like 10 patients a day because it wasn't a residency. But they'll give you your patient list. You go pre-round on your patients first. So you go see them, write down all of your notes, think about your presentation, how you're going to talk about the patient on rounds. You go to up to date. You look up everything that you need to know about what you think the patient's dealing with. And then sometime around 8 or 9 in the morning, the attending will start rounds, and you're going to go all over the hospital from room to room, talking about each patient's case and what you're going to do about it. On your patients, you're going to give a presentation to the attending, and then the attending will ask you some questions about the case. We call it PIMP questions. So they'll ask you kind of what you know about it. They'll talk you through a plan. You'll do that. You'll round for about maybe 3 hours, like 2 to 3 hours of rounding. And then after rounds, it depends on what program you're at. Sometimes they'll let you go home early if there's nothing else to be done. Sometimes they'll make you write notes on all of your patients. Sometimes they'll keep around for admits. Like if they're on call, they'll have you stay to take new patients. So that's kind of your day on internal medicine. You just kind of work until there's nothing left to do, and then you go home. On a clinic day, I usually get there about 8:30. We start clinic, we go from room to room, then we take a lunch break, then like you do some more patients, and then you go home, and that's like a clinic day. Clinic days are nice. I love those. Surgery, you might pre-round on surgery as well. Before the surgeries, like you might go to the hospital at like 5 in the morning, do your pre-rounds, do the kind of the same thing you do in preparing your patient notes for rounds, except on surgery, you don't really round that much. Most of the time, you'll just go to the OR and then do a lot of OR time. And in the OR, you'll get the PIM questions. You'll do all that. So then an OB-GYN rotation, you might be on call a lot. You might be doing clinic. You might also be doing surgery. So it really just depends on what rotation you're on and what your schedule looks like then. And then after every day, depending on what time we get off, I go home and I study for the test. And so usually I'd stay up till like 11 at night studying. So that's kind of my typical day on those rotations. If I could be a cis man, would I, or is being trans much a part of who I am as being a man is? If I could be a cis man, I absolutely would. I would be a cis man. But also I really dislike cis male culture. I dislike the way society treats men. So I would love to be a cis man, but I would like to be a cis man in a world that treats masculinity in a positive way and does not use masculinity to oppress other people. Oh, I missed Stool's question. I didn't even see Stool come in the chat. Oh, I also missed the how many Bob shirts have I sold? I don't even know how many Bob shirts were sold. Where was Stool? I didn't even see Stool come in the chat. But yeah, do I prefer bagpipes or cake? I like both. Bagpipes are fantastic. Cake is also fantastic. But if I had to choose only one, I'd probably pick cake because bagpipes are expensive and I don't know how to play one. So there's my answer on that, I guess. All right, Funny Bone. This is worth $400, and I can't really see this one very well because it's way on the other side. I hate this wire. I hate it. This is not going to be a fun one to get out. Nope. Yeah. Oh, there's like a little gap there. Okay. Nope. Nope. Okay. I was trying to understand how those things are mutually exclusive. It was Stool's question. I just let it happen. This is like on the other side of the table. Okay, let me address this. I need to say something about this. Okay, there might be some men who wish they were women. That's not trans people. Trans people are not men who wish they were women. They are women who wish they were women. Trans women are women, so they are women. And trans men are men, so there's men who want to be men and there's women who want to be women. So this is not related to trans people. So I disagree with you on that. Also, thanks, Ox. Welcome to the fun. I've been happy to have you in my community. It's been a great ride. You've been an amazing supporter. All of you have been amazing supporters. And I'm really happy that I have you all in my life and in this wonderful community. I do not like this funny bone. This funny bone is not very funny. It's a terrible bone. It's a terrible bone. Okay, there we go. There we go. And we did it. We're out. Okay. Funny bone is done. We have, how many more do we have? We got 3 more. All right. This one's worth 700, and it is a broken heart. Tell Sam there are plenty of fish in the sea. Fix that broken heart and earn some good money. Wow, this is very callous. And it's like, yeah, I'm sorry, dude, that nobody loves you. I'm just gonna take your heart out of your chest, and I'm just gonna remove it, like Aztec style. Olivia Daw. Thanks for joining the community. You're new to the chat. I'm happy to have you here. I hope you enjoy everything that goes on in this channel. Today is just kind of a casual stream. Happy to have you here. Do I do extracurricular work like research and volunteering, or is that not possible? It is definitely possible. And I think people do different things depending on what their what specialty they're going for. I am involved in some research projects. I'm not doing a whole lot of volunteering in terms of like the typical volunteering. A lot of my efforts going to being on diversity task forces and helping universities change their curriculum about trans issues and that kind of stuff. So that's kind of where my energy is going. But also YouTube is kind of my activism. So it's not volunteering per se, but I think it's doing a lot of good work for the community. But a lot of people are doing research in 3rd year, and a lot of people are volunteering as well. It just depends on your rotation schedule and what you can make work and kind of what specialty you're looking to go for. If you want to do something surgical, then you probably want to do more research. If you want to do family medicine or like pediatrics, psychiatry, they like research, but they would rather you have volunteer work. So it just depends on what you're thinking with that. Funny bonectomy. That explains your sense of humor. No, but you're hilarious, Amit. So I don't believe you. You have the funniest funny bone. Bolt, no, you don't need a funny bonectomy. No, that's when your funny bone is malfunctioning, and you definitely don't need that because yours is great. Also, this heart is upside down. And okay, that. So this one, like, this one is worth 700, but was definitely not as difficult as some of the other cards because you can just stick the tweezer like inside this little hole here. Like you can just stick it in there. I know, stick it in there. You can just put it in there and then pull it out. Like that's not a hard one. Why is that worth 700? That's like they have weird perceptions on what's difficult and what's not difficult in this game. All right, Charlie horse. We have a Charlie horse. In Sam's leg, there's a horse named Charlie. Lure him out with some oats and barley. Okay, and that's worth 400. Yeah, okay, I'll read your question. Let's see if I want to answer it. What's the difference between a trans woman and a man that wishes he was, pretends to be, and even thinks that he's a woman? This is a dishonest question. So we can tell someone is trans, basically, if you can get treatment and it resolves your symptoms of gender dysphoria, more than likely you're trans. Is there a risk that somebody could be a man who wants to be a woman and isn't trans? More than likely, if they're not trans, then if they get gender confirming care, like if they transitioned, they would not be, their symptoms would not be alleviated by transition. So that's kind of the measure, because really what we're doing is we are relieving dysphoria. If someone has treatment that relieves their dysphoria, then we can call them trans. If they get the treatment and it does not help, or if it makes it worse, then they might not be trans, and then they might detransition, and that might be an honest detransition. I know a lot of people like to talk about detransition being a sign that being trans is a choice and that they weren't actually trans. That's actually not a good metric, because a lot of people who detransition do so because of societal pressures and other reasons why they don't want to face social consequences of being trans, like safety risk, um, being homeless, like not being able to find a job, like very real things that trans people have to go through. And those people who detransition for those reasons oftentimes absolutely wish that they didn't detransition. They would love to transition, but they don't for some safety reason. Other people, they can start on HRT, and yeah, the detransition rate is incredibly low. I think it's like less than like 2% was, I think, one of the highest metrics I've heard about that. But the thing about HRT too is that it's not an instantaneous thing. When you start hormones, it takes a long time for physical changes to happen, especially those irreversible changes. Like voice change takes a while to start happening. Hair growth takes a long time to start happening. So the first day that you start on hormones, even the first few months that you start on hormones, you're probably not going to have a lot of effects apart from mood effects. Like your dysphoria may improve a lot, even just from the psychological effects of being on hormones. And those are reversible at that stage. So you could, let's say you are not sure if you're trans, you're not sure if you want to go through with a transition. You can start on hormones. Oh, good to see you, Greg. Glad you made it. But you could start on hormones, and then if you decide that it's more dysphoric to be on the hormones, if they're not a good fit for you, you don't like how they make you feel, you can stop. And not really have the risks of a permanent transition. So it's HRT is a treatment. It can also be a diagnostic tool in that case. So there's kind of a rant on that. But yeah, so that's how I'd answer your question. I hope that helped. No, I was doing the horse. The horse is next. The wishbone's last then. So we're going to take this out. Oh yeah, knee replacements have a very, very high regret rate because people, I guess, also think that they're going to have full function back of their knee after a knee replacement, and that's not true. You might get a lot of your function back, but never the same as it was before your injury or before your degenerative disease. Also, something with a very, very high regret rate are prostatectomies, but prostatectomies are also very risky because there are a lot of structures nearby that can be affected. Sexual function can be affected by a prostatectomy. The only reason why we'd even do a prostatectomy is for cancer. So people like, and think about that. Even like the function is so bad after a prostatectomy that even people with cancer wish they didn't get their prostate removed. Like that's a pretty severe case. But yeah, I wonder what the comparative rates are for transition to detransition versus transition, detransition, retransition. Yeah, I'd be curious about that too. I do know, this is anecdotal, so it's not evidence, but I do know plenty of people who have detransitioned and retransitioned. I don't have stats on that. I would need to look that up. And I'm sure maybe WPATH has some stuff on that, but I'm not sure. I'd have to really look into that. I had it and then I dropped it. No. And we're out. We did it. All right, last one. And we're right at the hour mark too, so that's perfect. So wishbone. The last one is the wishbone. You can't really see it. It's difficult. Sam's got a wish. Can you make it come true? Take it out quick, but don't break it in two. I don't think I can break it with these little tweezers, but we will try. We'll try not to break it. I will not fail you, Mr. Sam. Okay, that was bad. I was right out of the gate, hitting the side, just trying to get in. Okay. Let's do it. Nope. Okay. I don't like that. I don't like this. I keep making it worse for myself. The more I move it, the worse I make it. Nope. It's like, okay. You know what I need to do? Okay, we just need to move it around a little bit. And then. Nope. That was a bad idea. Okay. This is not going well. This one's not going well. I'm gonna push it in a spot that's... Nope. This is a hard one because you have to line it up. Why was this not worth 1,000? Why was that other one worth 1,000 and this one's worth 600 when you can't even get in? Maybe I need to switch hands. We're gonna try this left-handed. Here we go, because I think I might have better access that way. Actually, touch the sides a little bit, but there we go. It's out. We did it. We saved him, and we made a lot of money. And we saved a human from all of these very, very weird ailments. All right, so if anyone has any final questions you want to put in the chat. Oh, Allison. Welcome, Allison. We're just about to wrap up here, but I will answer. Everyone put your final questions in the chat. We'll go through them before we wrap up for the day. I do plan on streaming on Twitch later. So if you have any other questions that I did not get to or you can't think of right now, I'm on Twitch and I'm always open to talk on Twitch. So I'll probably be playing some DC Universe Online later. I'm a cis woman. If I was given a choice between being a cis man or a cis woman, I would choose to be a cis man, but at the same time, I'd rather be a cis woman than a trans man. Am I trans? Please help. That's an interesting question. And that's something that you can think about for yourself. And I know that's something that I did have to think about when starting my transition, because I knew for sure that I did not like the way that women were treated in society. So my question to myself was, am I a trans man, or do I just dislike the way that society treats women? And I had to wrestle with that for a little bit, but kind of what it came down to, things in my life, like even if I took something that was equal, like this is funny, but I was a cheerleader in high school. I really enjoyed cheerleading as a sport. It's a very intense sport. I liked it being performance based, and taking even something like cheerleading, which is very feminine. Like if I could be a cheerleader and either be a girl cheerleader or a boy cheerleader, like doing the same things, what would I be? And I'm like, I would want to be a boy cheerleader. And like for other things like that, like if I were a Viking, would I want to be a male Viking or a female Viking? Well, I would like to be a male Viking. And like kind of things like that put it more into perspective for me. Like, okay, no, maybe this is where I'm going with it, and that it's not just the way that society treats women. So definitely think about that for yourself, and it might take you a while, but feel free to explore who you are. And I support you. If you ever want to chat, like on Discord or Twitter or Twitch or anything, I'd be happy to talk with you about that. And thank you for popping in, Stidix. It was nice meeting you at Faithless Forum. Anyone that I met at Faithless Forum, is so nice to meet you all. Thank you everyone for popping in. It was a great show. I think, female Vikings are, they're so freaking badass. That's very true. And that's why I picked something that like was badass for both males and females. Cause like, okay, really the only difference here is the gender. So thanks for joining us today. I should be back with Medical Myths next week on the 11th. I don't know if I'm going to have a guest, but we'll find out. It might just be me. Go join the Discord. Go follow on Twitch as well. And thank you for joining me once again. It's been a great ride. I will see you all next time.